Hello and welcome. Today we're going to be talking about the Assault Company. The Assault Company is probably the most powerful company in the game, but it's only available for Italy and Chile. I have prepared a template with the Assault Company, so we are in the Italian-French border and we are going to provoke an attack over France with the Assault Company. In this area we have here hills, so let's see. And as you can see the numbers, they have a lot of brigades, 6 of them. That means that the combat width of this brigade is very small. As you can see, we can fit 105 and we are only using 72 of the combat front, so we can add even more brigades and deal more damage. But they deal quite a bit of damage, 324, and we are using 6, but as you can see 72 we can use about 30% more, and that will make the combat width of this brigade is just 12. This means that we can fit 9 brigades, so if we multiply it we can put a damage of 2.9k damage early in the war. So going back to the combat, let's unpause, speed 2, and we broke the line. And now speed 3, and let's go in this direction, only one directional attack, and you can see we can break the enemy lines super quick. So what's the idea with this brigade? This brigade is to concentrate a lot of firepower in small brigades that use the Assault Company. Let me explain you why the Assault Company is so powerful. They give you hit points. It's the only battalion, the only company that gives you hit points. It gives you 40. All the other companies give you 1 or 2, so very little. The artillery battalions give you 2 hit points, the tank battalions give you 2. For example, here we have a tank battalion, it will give you 2 hit points. So, where do you get hit points from? From the infantry. Usually you should need for a small division to have 5 tank battalions and 5 infantry divisions. The role of the infantry divisions is to provide you with hit points. Each one of these give you 25 hit points. And for example, the elite infantry units we don't have here. Let me see if we have paratroopers. Mountaineers. Mountaineers give you, for example, 20 hit points. So the idea is that the tanks provide you with the breakthrough and the firepower, and the infantry gives you the hit points. But if you use the assault brigade, you can take out 2 of your infantry companies. So instead of having 4 battalions of infantry and 4 battalions of tanks, we can have just the Assault Company and 2 infantry battalions. Ideally you will need the mechanized, but we don't have the mechanized technology, and ideally you will want to have the medium tanks instead of the land tanks, but since it's early war I build this template with what I have at hand. So the idea also is to make very small divisions so we can use all the firepower of the companies that give you no combat width. And we need at least 4 or 5 tanks that give you enough breakthrough so you don't take critical hits, and the company give you the hit points so you absorb the damage. If you have armor bonus, if you have enough breakthrough with the Assault Company and just 2 battalions, you will have enough hit points to be a decent company. But this way you are going to be able to concentrate a lot of firepower in a very small combat width. Ideally you will like to combine this with the firepower doctrine and go this branch. If you go this branch you are going to be giving 25 and 25, that makes 50 extra damage soft attack for all the companies that you put in those divisions. I still don't have the points, but if you do so you are going to multiply by 50% the damage that all these companies are going to be giving. And you want to put here damage dealer, that is the artillery, that is the anti-tank, the recon, we are going to be using the special recon from the elite mountaineers, the rangers, and the engineers, and of course the assault battalion. You want to replace later, for example, maybe the anti-tank for the rocket artillery, and you want to replace these tanks with medium tanks using the medium howitzer and an anti-tank to compensate the lack of this anti-tank. So as a rule, if the company is huge, you want to put here, for example, companies like logistics, engineers, companies that give you a bonus to the whole division. But if the division is very small, you want to put here damage dealers like the rocket and the artillery companies. Also in the tanks, if you use the light tank, you should use the close support gun. If you use the medium tank later, you will use the improved howitzer. Try to put the 2-person or 3-person if you have the speed, and the more armor points you can put, the better, because it will give you breakthrough. Also put the best radio that you have. The idea is to have a lot of breakthrough with as few tanks as possible, because the division is going to be small, so that way you are going to be avoiding critical hits. You should put as many hit points as possible, and since it's early war, I match the speed with 6.4, that is the speed of the rangers, that is the recon company that I'm using. Later you can, if you want, replace the recon company, but the light tank recon company, and make a faster unit. Another critical aspect of this company is that give you indirectly hardness. Hardness is very important. If you have 50% hardness, means that you're going to be taking about 50% plus 5% damage, 55. If you have 90% hardness, you're going to be taking 19 damage in average, so the harder the better. And the only unit that make you softer are the infantry units. So by using less infantry units, this unit is early in the war and is very hard, and later it's going to be even much harder, because you're going to be using medium tanks or heavy tanks, and you're going to be using just 2 armor divisions. This means that you're going to be closing to 90% hardness, and this is going to be taking very little damage, and that way you're going to be gaining more XP. As you can see, the companies are just regular. They are not cracks nor elite. They don't have medals, so early in the game, but they still deal quite a lot of damage. Let me show you again. They already broke the line. No. Let's see if we can attack here. Yes, and see the numbers. So we have 129 breakthrough, and as long as the enemy has less than 129 soft attack, the damage is going to be under control, because you're going to keep having this and the shield, and you're going to be, these are damage dealers in a sense. This battalion can also be used for paratroopers, so it's a must-have if you are going to be using paratroopers. And that's all on my side. This is the only exception. Paratroopers and this Italian Brigata di Assalto are the only exception on my side for using small brigades.